Well, Tommy, as popular as ever, pictures being taken, chatting to the riders, but you're out of a ride at the moment. Here at Donington, and that's the important thing, and getting it back online as soon as you can.
Yeah, keeping my name in the paddock, obviously. Been speaking to a few people. There's been a few rumours going around and whatnot, but I'm just keeping my head down, keeping focused, fit, and fighting for a good ride. It's a shame, we had to split ways and do our own thing and go our own way, but that's racing. It's full of ups and downs. Now I've just got to keep my head down.
What happened?
Basically, we just come to a mutual decision. I didn't feel like we were moving forward. Didn't feel like we were making any progress. And I'm not on the grid to just be a grid filler. I'm out there to try and win races and try and move forward. Don't get me wrong, the World Championship is very, very competitive. Even if you're in a factory team, it's not easy. But for me, in the last few years with the injuries that I've had and whatnot, it's time to move forward, and time to put a smile on my face anyway.
I'm going to say, you've already proved that you're capable of pole positions in British rounds, and let's nobody forget that. It must be frustrating to see the other Brits getting wild cards here. How quickly can you get into a position where we know you can be, which is top 10?
It's hard to say at the moment. You've got to remember this is halfway through the season, whether it be British Championship or World Championship. You could see me back in the British Championship, but hopefully it won't be on any old ride. I really need to sort of get my career back on track, if you like, and move forward and try and build a relationship again. As I just said, it's halfway through the season. God forbid, we don't wish it on anyone, but riders do get injured and there are seats available. But for me now, I just want to build a relationship with a team again, and whatever championship it may be in, World Super Sport will be good for me. The Brits are doing well there. I can move forward and challenge for podiums and race wins, and just really try and enjoy my racing again. That's what it's about.
I was going to say, because it's so easy in racing to forget the stories, because it's a moving story all the time. But of course, you've come back from horrific injury twice in the last 2 years. You were just getting to find your way again, and then suddenly, like you say, you decided to go in different directions. So I would have thought, actually, in terms of your appetite and your hunger to be back at the top, it's 100%, right?
Yeah, it's 110%. I've done all I can, especially when I had the injuries. I just, even if it's down to goat's milk, just to try and get my bones back together and be fighting fit again and get back riding. But that's racing, it's full of ups and downs. I'm just going to stay mentally fit and focused and fight to be back and battling with the Brits again. They're doing a fantastic job, but yeah, it is hard for me sitting on the sidelines with a set of binoculars on the side of the track watching. It's not where I want to be. I want to be running up front again, and as I said, whether that's World Superbikes, World Super Sport, or back in the British Superbikes with a competitive team.
Well, I've known you since you started this journey, and I know it's a long way from over. Keep up at it, and keep looking for that ride, and it'll come by, I'm sure, very soon.
I will do. Thanks very much.
Thanks for talking to us. Lovely, mate.
Thanks, mate. All the best.